Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. Today is National Certified Nurses Day. What does that mean? It's not for just any nurses. You got to be certified nurse to celebrate this day. I also want to announce that tomorrow, Donald Trump Jr. is going to tape me for an interview about the Dr. Durrani victim saga and the medical protective fraud that will air on his show, Triggered, his podcast on Monday. Well, the SpaceX mission was a huge success. Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore were brought home safely into the Gulf of America where they were picked up. And President Trump has invited them to the White House. After they heal up, they will go to the White House. What a great day for our country. Great day for President Trump. Great day for Elon Musk. Great day for the space program, NASA, the whole bit. Wonderful. Nancy Pelosi is turned, these career politicians, they just turn on everybody. I mean, they throw their mom overboard. With a Band-Aid over her nose, she said Chuck Schumer, she would never agree to something without getting something. Well, doesn't that just say it all? Instead of doing what is right. You know what? We all can't stand Chuck Schumer, right? It's not going to change anything. But Chuck Schumer made the right call on this. He made the right call for his party, for him, and the country on that one. All right. Schumer was on The View. He said he's a fighter and he's a strategist. Then he said something really creepy about working out next to a Republican in the gym and inhibitions drop. Yee. Back to SpaceX. SpaceX launched 13 more satellites in their constellation, took some passengers on some rides, and handled the return of the astronauts. All in a day's work. Unbelievable. Judge Boasberg is the judge that wanted that flight to turn around. I didn't realize something, but Stephen Miller says something really smart. He said, wait a minute, not only is this national security, but how do you turn a plane around, and what's the implications of that? National security, the safety of the people on the plane, legitimate as hell. Now, a few more things. This guy's daughter works for a very woke liberal organization that's going after Tesla. His wife runs an abortion clinic. Now, Trump's calling for his impeachment. I just want to tell you, there's only been 2 federal judges, 1 or 2, that have ever been impeached. And it was really egregious conduct. He's not going to get impeached for this. However, calling for his impeachment's a good political move. New York Times says the American public was badly misled when it came to COVID. Really? Really? Like we didn't know that? And what do all the people who defend Biden, Fauci, and all the rest, Birx, what are you going to say about this? Your New York Times is admitting misled. Doesn't matter. JFK files were actually released yesterday. I want to talk about Jack Schlossberg. This is Caroline's son, JFK Jr. He went on a rant yesterday making fun of Joe Rogan's height, making fun of his uncle, butt buddies, everything else. This kid is classless, entitled little brat. You know what? Your uncle, Jack, would not be very happy with your freaking behavior. And I guarantee you, your uncle loves Bobby Kennedy Jr. All right, what else do we got? Tudor Dixon. She unsuccessfully ran for governor of Michigan, I think, or was it U.S. Senate? She's thinking about running for governor. You know what? All I got to say about Tudor, really cool name, and let's face it, she's beautiful. Tesla terrorism out in Las Vegas. This is domestic terrorism, and I want to tell you something. Like Elon Musk said, nothing to deserve this. Pam Bondi, Justice Department, FBI, Kesh Patel, they're going to nail these folks. Trump and Putin were on a phone call for about 2 hours yesterday. Going to have a ceasefire. Trump says they're making progress. It's going to be interesting. Peace is on its way. Pride loses sponsorship. These gay pride parades all across the country. Corporate sponsors are backing out. Why? They're not going to be held hostage anymore with all of it. Vance is going to be the RNC chair for fundraising. Interesting move. Social Security cleanup. Good old Doge is cleaning up the people that are on the right. Isn't this wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Stopping the fraud at Social Security. IRS whistleblowers that went under attack by Biden both got promoted. Yes. U.S. manufacturing in February, steaming. And Paulina Luna says it's a disgusting implication that on the plane when she got sick, Trump's plane, Trump said that she could go. I don't know if the story's true or not, but it doesn't matter because even if the story is true, there's nothing wrong with it. Trump says she could go back and lay down on his bed if she's sick. What's wrong with that? Trump's being a gentleman and they try to turn it into something sexist. Very misogynist. In world news, our new Secretary of Treasury says all the countries, like 15 countries where the tariffs are most important, are all coming to the negotiating table. Love it. And China apparently has got 84 billion gold mine they found. I hope not. And in pop culture, Gwyneth Paltrow, in a recent movie she's doing with Timothy Chalamet, says, getting naked, she doesn't need a coordinator. She's from the old school. You get naked, you do the scene, you move on, you don't touch certain areas. I have to admit, I kind of admire her attitude. You know, Gwyneth, sometimes I think she's a fruitcake, other times I like her. All right, Trump went and checked out the Kennedy Center, and he said it's a disaster. Needs to be remodeled, everything. I wonder what all the Kennedy Center lovers think about that. Are you not going to say, well, at least somebody's going to finally remodel the place? And National Sports Without Boundaries, Micah Parsons, apparently is soon going to be signed by the Cowboys. You see what the Cowboys, Bengals, and other teams are doing? They sign their stars. That's what they're doing. North Carolina in the play-in yesterday beat San Diego State 95-68. I guess West Virginia, Indiana, and Ohio State can stop complaining now about North Carolina. I mean, come on. North Carolina is one of the best 64 teams. St. Francis, 68, Alabama State, 70. They won on a long last-second Hail Mary. Love it. Mount St. Mary's plays American tonight, and Xavier plays Texas. And the Dodgers in Japan beat the Cubs 4-1. Ohtani scored twice. All right, and then for our Shakespeare insult of the day is, do not be a feeble, tardigated sponge. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.